Good morning, dear friends. What a joy to be reunited in prayer, in instruction, new beginnings. You and I are being asked to walk a new day, write a new page in the book of our lives. And Emmanuel is going to help us with a message that talks about how we can see things clearly. So important, right? Yes. So here we are, chapter 149 of the book Vineyard of Light. Emmanuel, through the hands of the medium Chico Xavier, brings to us a message from Acts 9:18. And soon the scales fell from his eyes, and he recovered his eyesight. It's talking about Paul of Tarsus. When he went to Damascus, and after going through the experience of the Christ on the road, he was asked to see the man he was persecuting, Ananias. He became blind. Emmanuel explains, Ananias' visit to Paul of Tarsus, in his afflictive situation of Damascus, suggests elevated considerations. Who have we been in the shadows of the past, but individuals covered in scales, heavy scales, in all points of view? Not only the eyes were covered with those scales, all possibilities entrusted to us were eclipsed by our shortcomings throughout the centuries. Hands, feet, tongue, ears, all the powers of the individual for millennia have been under the poison of laziness, of pride, of selfishness, of idolatry and nonsense. The help given to Paul of Tarsus offers, however, a profound teaching. Before receiving him, the former persecutor, Paul of Tarsus, rendered himself unconditionally to the Christ. He entered the city in obedience to the divine recommendation. He felt defeated and alone, revealing extreme renunciation where he was applauded as a triumpher. Embraced in that simple inn, abandoned by all his companions, he trusted in Jesus and received from him the sublime cooperation. However, it's important to note that the Lord used the instrument Ananias. He doesn't only help Paul of Tarsus recover his eyesight, but also restitutes the gift of seeing. Paul feels that scales fall from his eyes, and since then he offered himself to the work of the Christ. He enters the pathway of sacrifice in order to extract from himself the other scales that were obscuring other zones of his being. how much had Paul suffered and struggled in order to purify his feet, his hands, his mind, his heart. How much? 30 years. It's in the book, Paul of Tarsus, Paul and Stephen. This question, says Emmanuel, is a must in terms of meditation at all times. Do not forget, therefore, that in the everyday struggle, you will find the Ananias of fraternity in the name of the Master. They will come close to you with compassion to attend to your needs. But do not forget that the Lord only allows that they give you back your vision so you can see clearly how to purify and strengthen your life. Wow, what a message. Imagine Emmanuel as a spirit of high stature studying in the higher zones of life and bringing this understanding to us. You and I are very privileged. I know we don't want to feel it, but we are. And that means greater responsibility. Because for centuries and millennia, we have used hands, maybe not these hands, but our spiritual hands, the paraspiritual hands, in different bodies to kill, to steal. We have used our mouth to obstruct people's lives. We have used our eyes to see evil where sometimes it didn't exist. We used our ears to receive the poison and pass it out. We have used our feet to walk in muddy and marshy pathways. In this reincarnation, you and I are being invited to cleanse, to purify. How? By seeing clearly. Science proves to us that our decision-making problems do not happen but because of our misunderstanding of the stimuli. We encode wrongly. When we see a relative, we forget that cousin, that aunt, uncle, brother, sister, whomever is actually a child of God like us. And because we don't encode it in that way, we make decisions that are selfish, that are full of ego, pride, sometimes full of laziness. At home, we need to be of full goodwill, to embrace people. Yes, you stand up and pick up the water. You go and hug. We go and clean. We are always in the move. Friends, it's not enough to receive help and support. We need to see things clearly. Today, Emmanuel teaches us a new way of seeing life. Let us then pray in gratitude and, of course, in togetherness with the Lord of life so we can fulfill God's will. Dear Mother, Father God, what a blessing to be here receiving this instruction. We are certain that wonderful, fraternal, loving friends like Ananias to Paul also come in our lives. You, the spirit protectors, our guardian angels, friends, family members, But you're inviting us to cleanse our ways of perceiving the world so we can take action in the good. We visualize a waterfalls of healing light falling from on high and bringing new light. We feel your loving care, hands of kindness and charity falling upon us, bringing energy medicine for the mind and the bodies, the spiritual and the physical bodies. We visualize the air filled with molecules of health and love. What a blessing. What a blessing. Thank you for life, for the wisdom of your love. We visualize our loved ones, our homes being showered by protection and kindness, tenderness. Visualizing our neighbors receiving pure light. Our schools on earth being blessed and protected. Every hospital, every clinic, every place of healthcare being enveloped in a shower of healing. We visualize our dear planet being enveloped in your love. May everyone who is here in this circle of prayer feel your loving presence sustaining us in our decisions, in our challenges, in the good times as well, so we make wise decisions. We feel the spirit doctors, nurses, and therapists approaching everyone, including those who have their names in the book of prayer at Cardiac Radio, at the Spiritist Society of Virginia, and other Spiritist societies connected to us. With much to be grateful. May today we see things clearly. See you, dear God, everywhere, in us, in everyone. Thank you, and so be it. Yes, dear friends, what a message. We want to see clearly. We don't want to see obstacles where obstacles don't exist. We want to see pathways of light. Everything that happens is because God is always seeing a good way to reach Him. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank each and every one of you. Yes, thank you, dear Lu. Thank you, Slavic. Thank you, Marco Davis. Thank you, Katia. Thank you, Narciso. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Herminio. Thank you, John. Yes, John. We can see clearly when we clear our way the material rains that blind our spiritual eyes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Lou. Dear friends, I wish you a beautiful day and night. A big hug. And we see you soon at Cardiac Radio, where we're always nourishing our souls.